Hi, I'm Angelo D'Ambrosia. Welcome to another Sentry equipment video. In this recipe for success video, we're going to be making some rocket pop water ice in our B12V. So let's get started. So first we're going to mix up some of our product here. We have our water ice base. Now this is a water ice base. This is a 12-quart machine. We're only going to put half a gallon into the machine. So we need to measure out half a gallon. So I'll pour that in here. There's half. Wow, that smells good. I'm gonna use this one for, you always want to put a bucket underneath when you are making any product. So that's what we'll use that for. So now that we got our base in here, we're going to add our sugar. And this one's 1.5 pounds. And also 16 ounces, and we're using a liquid stabilizer. Okay. So we're going to mix that up here in a bucket. We're going to try to dissolve all the sugar. And we're going to take it over and pour it into our machine. So to pour it in our machine, we're going to take it up to the fill mouth here. As you can see, it's very large. Pour right in. And as you can see, we got some sugar left in here. So good part about this machine is we have the water hose built right in here. Just try to get all that sugar. We don't want to waste any of the flavor. And we'll pour that in too. Okay. So, now that we got everything in for the recipe, we got to fill it up with water. So we're going to fill the machine up until about right where that little crease is, right in there. As you can see, we got all of our sugar that was left in here as well. So we want to get every piece of the recipe so we don't lose any of that flavor. All right. A good spot. Kind of eye this up here. See how it starts filling the little crease right there? And then we're going to shut that off. All right, so we filled up the machine. Now we're going to, in this model, we have the viscosity meter. So we can set to what we actually want. This one, we're just going to watch it. And we also have our RPM. So we'll shut our lid here. We're going to turn the dasher on. We're going to set, this is the first batch of our day, so usually we're around 15 minutes. We're just going to do 16. Turn on our refrigeration switch. As you can see, our compressor light comes on. Hit set here. If you come back over to the RPM, since we're doing water ice and we could set it, we're going to go to about 180 for our water ice today, which is a nice feature for this machine. All right. It's important to note that when you're using our B12 to make your water ice, we have the, like I said before, the large fill mouth. We can put all of our ingredients in with no mess. We have one latch for our door, and then we have our one latch for our gate. And the most neat feature, as you see me use, was our built-in water hose. And obviously with water ice, water is one of the main ingredients. So we'll let this cook up, and when it's done, we'll draw out into one of our water ice buckets. Now, while you're doing this in the store, in your store, and for your business, what you could do while this one's cooking is you could prepare and mix up your next flavor for the day, and that way you can rinse the machine and quickly get to the next one. All right, so we're just about a minute away. What we could do here is, if you look in here, you can see the production of the product here. We're just going to check. We want it to kind of stack when we get it into the bucket, so we're just going to check real quick. Let's say let that minute run out, and then we should be good to start taking her out into the bucket. All right, so our timer went off. What we want to do is we want to shut our compressor off. We'll wait until the light shuts off, so that means the compressor's done running. And now we can start dispensing into our bucket. Just want to spread it out into the bucket here. Look how creamy that looks. Nice and smooth. All right, this one's almost full. We don't want to keep whipping it too much, so what we could do here is we just shut off our dasher, smooth this one out. Another one of our clean buckets right underneath. Turn our dasher back on. You don't want to forget about this stuff here at the top. Be careful, you don't want to stick your spatula in either. We won't have any more spatula. Okay. Let this one fill. Just gonna get a little more out of it here. All right. And as you can see, we got a little bit right here, and it'll pull that out. Look how clean that made that. And we'll come over to our full bucket. This is the one we would be putting in our dipping cabinet and serving. Our spade. Not the neatest water ice maker here. And we're ready to go. And that's our rocket pop in our B12V. Thanks, see you next time.